We have a bylaw in town, and it is 11 o'clock by GPS time. And section 1.15 of our bylaws says, no motion on another article on the warrant shall be introduced after 11 p.m. except by a 2/3 majority of those present and voting. So the question becomes, 2/3 of you here to stay and finish the warrant? All those in favor of staying say aye. Aye. Any opposed say nay. I declare the ayes have it, and we continue. Article 26. Article 26 is to see if the town will vote to transfer and appropriate $15,000 from the Community Preservation Fund Open Space and Recreation Program for the purpose of designing, constructing, and installing a Vietnam Memorial Monument with the American Legion Post 188 to be located at Town Hall Square, and further to authorize the selectmen to enter a grant agreement with said American Legion Post 188 or take any action relative thereto as worded in Article 26 of the warrant. Mr. George.
Move that the town transfer and appropriate $15,000 from the Community Preservation Act Open Space and Recreation Reserve to be expended under the direction of the Board of Selectmen for the purpose of designing, constructing, installing a Vietnam Memorial Monument with the American Legion Post 188 to be located at Town Hall Square as printed in the warrant under Article 26.
Second.
Mr. Holden.
The Finance Committee unanimously, with one abstention, recommends Article 26.
Yes.
Mr. Torville. No. Oh, Mr. Hayes.
Just have to let the meeting know that the Community Preservation Committee, as is required by the statute, also is by unanimous vote recommends adoption of this article. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Hayes. Next speaker.
My name is Norman Eckler. I'm from 301 Quaker Meeting House Road, and I'd like to request that we do a recount on Article 22 because there was only a voice count. No. And revisit that because one consideration was not given was the people who wanted to get up and object to it were not given the right to get up and give their side of the story. Plus, as you'll see, most of the people who voted in favor have left.
How did you vote on Article 22?
Article 22.
How did you vote?
I would vote against it because of one big outstanding reason.
Did you vote against it?
The liability insurance.
Did you vote against it?
No. I didn't vote on it.
Then I will not allow your motion. Is
You
there
will not
further
take-
discussion on
It's a
Article?
two-thirds vote, and you did not do a count vote on that two-thirds.
But I called the vote, and you did not vote on it
I
based
didn't
on...
have a chance to get up. You declared 11 o'clock vote before I could even get over here and do the vote.
You weren't here,
I was sitting over here.
and you didn't vote on it.
I could not get up to
If you
do,
did not vote on it, it was a voice vote, correct?
it was voice vote.
And you did not vote on it,
I
correct?
could not get up and vote.
Okay, I will not,
You have
I will
to
not
accept
take your
a
motion.
revisit on that article.
I cannot because you did not vote.
Are you refusing the revisit?
I am refusing your motion.
Okay.
Thank you. Is there any further discussion on the main motion on Article 26? Mr. Johansson.
Thank you, Mr. Moderator. As a member of the Clark-Haddad American Legion Post 188 and a concerned citizen of Sandwich, I come before town meeting representing our post commander, Ray Turville, and the 6 members of our committee to raise awareness of the Vietnam War era and those citizens of Sandwich that served during the Vietnam War. The other members of our committee are George Pontus, Rob Denon, Steve Brothers, and David Sellers, all decorated veterans who served and carried out the mission they were assigned with honor. We presently have over 1,600 veterans that live here in the town of Sandwich. Let me begin by saying that the first veteran killed in battle in Vietnam was in 1955. His name is inscribed on the Wall of Freedom in Washington, along with 58,318 men and women who paid the ultimate price prior to the end of the war in 1975. It was never a conflict for those patriots who served. It was a war, and it will remain so. One injustice is that not one merchant marine is inscribed upon the Wall of Freedom. We here on the Clark Haddad post, under the leadership of our post commander, will be recognizing their efforts on our monument as a tribute to their service. It makes no difference what branch of the service you served, Army, Marine, Navy, Air Force, Coast Guard, and if you served a merchant marine, all who served carried out the mission they were assigned with dignity and honor to the best of their abilities. And that is what patriots and God-fearing people do. Those of us who came before, those who came home from this war with wounds that never healed will hopefully be able to reconcile these wounds. They will have men and women fighting for our freedom so that we can observe the democratic principles of our free speech, which we have here in taking part in town meeting. We at the Clark Haddad American Legion Post have become an intricate part of the Sandwich community. We have made a duly elected post commander, Ray Turville. You'll have to forgive me, sir. We get a communication from the past President Obama, and we are honoring that. And his request was to honor all Vietnam War veterans and to show respect to the Vietnam War era veterans. We are doing this by what you see before you, this monument. This monument was designed by Rob Denon, a member of our committee who happens to be a highly decorated Marine veteran. The monument will become a lasting tribute to those who carried out the missions they were assigned. The monument will sit over the Civil War memorial that Mr. Eaton donated to honor the citizens of that time, to mark history for the future and to keep history alive that were respectful and honorable. The Eaton Square Memorial Park will continue to bear its rightful place in honoring past, present, and future veterans who gave of themselves so that you and I can come to enjoy the chosen words of the Constitution of the United States, where we are free with the liberties that we have. When the vote is taken for the use of community preservation funding, I ask you to please rise to show without question that we, as patriots of Sandwich, will forever honor and respect all Sandwich Vietnam veterans and all those who served our country during that war as well. It should not make any difference if you were drafted or whether you were enlisted. It is time that the healing begin, and let it begin with the following words which will be inscribed upon the black granite stone. This monument is dedicated to the patriots of Sandwich, Massachusetts, who personally served this country during the Vietnam War. May it receive God's blessing and the approval of town meeting. Thank you, Mr. Moderator, for this time to speak.
Thank you, Mr. Johansson. Is there further discussion?
As a former chopper pilot in Vietnam, I wholeheartedly support this amendment here.
Thank you, Mr. Wallace. More discussion? I see none. I ask all those in favor. We need a two-thirds majority vote. Wait, am I on? No, we don't. I'm sorry. All those in favor of the main motion on Article 26, say aye. Aye. Any opposed, say nay. I declare that the main motion on Article 26 carries unanimously. Article 27.